When I was a child, my grandfather explained to me that the northern lights were caused by light shimmering off Arctic ice. The scientific explanation is that they are caused by material thrown off by the sun, colliding with the atmosphere of the Earth. And when it comes to the moon, I was always captivated by the fact that we can only see one side of it from Earth. The other side has only been visited and photographed from spacecraft. But the moon, like the northern lights, has a complex relationship with the Earth, as does the universe. Science continues to discover more about that astounding interconnectedness. An interconnectedness that affects the tides, the weather, the seasons, every aspect of life we take for granted, right down to the blood in our veins. The forces of nature, no matter how seemingly random, from storm clouds and lightning to blowing snow and high winds, ultimately determine our well-being. All of nature's forces gift the surface of the earth with subtle energy. All we have to do is touch it and become truly alive.
Welcome to the Power of Natural Healing with Howard Strauss.
We have Clint Ober. Now, Clint Ober started out his career riding on the rise in popularity of cable television, but he wasn't very happy. And from that dissatisfaction, from that unhappiness with his personal achievement and his goals and his what he felt like he was doing for the world, he has made one of the most significant health discoveries of all time.
Pretty far-fetched, I thought, but something to consider while dealing with the cold reality of the day.
35 below wind chill. Does the sink work?
20 below zero, sitting overnight. Couldn't use this. Oh, come on.
But the more I thought about that internet show with its elevated message, perhaps there was some truth to it. Greatest health discovery ever? Okay, when you're in physical pain like I was, you tend to look closer at your options for some kind of relief. This was a winter like no other. 44 feet of snow fell in total.
There's a reason why I feel crappy today yet. Hello! Can you help me carry some pieces of firewood?
The workload was daunting and unrelenting. My back muscles kept me in agony. My frozen hands stayed numb.
Here's a fence. It's an 8-foot-high fence. But as you can see,
I take care of orphaned wildlife. Their lives fared much better in the brutal season compared to their wild counterparts. You might have wondered what that greatest health discovery pronouncement made on that internet show was. It is called earthing, which refers to the recent uncovering of the fact that major health benefits result from contact with the Earth's energy field by walking barefoot. Wearing conductive footwear, such as leather, also works. But because I was desperate, I went for the whole treatment from head to toe, regardless of the temperature. After about 20 minutes of lying naked on the bare earth in below freezing temperatures, a wave of calm had come over me, and I felt warm and tingly. The next morning, something was missing. It was the pain in my back, and both of my hands were no longer numb. This was crazy. How could this have occurred? Was it my imagination? Did I simply tell myself the pain would go away if I touched the earth, and by doing so it would? I decided to try a different method. Of course, I didn't want to stay connected to the earth by lying outside in the cold. Since earthing or grounding is all about soaking up the earth's free electrons, all I needed to do was stick a grounding rod into the earth and bring the energy right into the cabin. And while I was at it, why not start an experiment to see if this magic works on other living things? And so I also cut 2 sprigs off a cottonwood sapling, grounding one and not the other, to see if it would influence the sprouting of the buds. This, I thought, would be the litmus test. But hey, why stop with cottonwood twigs? It was almost Valentine's Day, and my helper Rocky delivered ideal additional specimens for my experiment.
thank you.
I put the first batch of lilies in the new workshop edition, which were not grounded to the earth, and even added the stuff that comes with store-bought flowers to give them a longer shelf life. The other batch for the grounding experiment. But the next morning, after sleeping grounded, something else was happening. I noticed I wasn't grinding my teeth in my sleep anymore either. Things started coming into focus rapidly after that. The cottonwood sprig that was in the grounded vase sprouted before the other one. And then the verdict was in between the grounded and ungrounded lilies. Guess which lily kept its petals the longest? The grounded lily, of course. All the ungrounded lilies in the new workshop edition had long been dead. It is a moment like this that you just want to jump on your snow machine and get to the first person you can think of who is suffering, who might really take you seriously. That person was my associate Mario Benassi. And then my helper Rocky caught an internet discourse between 2 celebrity doctors about this earthing discovery.
I got to say, I think a lot of folks are going to say this is where Dr. McCullough, he fell off the wagon on this one. What? Who's doing this? And who gave this idea? Well, it's because it's not simply walking barefoot. It's the devil's in the detail. It's walking barefoot on the earth. And the earth is a massive source of free electrons. And when you do that, these electrons go into your body. So my mother-in-law has been torturing me like this. She's been talking to me about walking barefoot outside, which I thought was just a scam to get me out of the house.
Meantime...